best morning show on the globe. It's Brad and Emery in the morning, y'all. LeBron or Jordan, either one when I'm performing. Crossover, buzzer beater and I'm scoring. Bradham and Emery in the morning. Every play they on it. Every day I'm balling. Who's the coach? Who's the GOAT? Like Brady and Belichick, best show on the globe. And they embellish it. Y'all paying Zippy, I'm Ken Griffey or maybe Mahomes. I stay in the zone, whether man to man or play in the zone. They can't stop me. Mayweather boxing, Curry with the shot, man. We just the best to be. Can we have our SP, please? This was meant to be. Every morning with Bradham and Emery.
Yes, sir. You know the vibes. Bradham in the morning. Marques, Bradham, Justin, Emery.
Oh, hey. Didn't see you guys there. Welcome.
You look like, you know who you look like right now? You look like Saturday Night Live. What was it? The dude that plays Austin Powers. Sprockets. Who's that? Michael Myers. When he does Sprockets.
I'm going to look that up.
You look like him right now. Look, type in Michael Myers SNL Sprockets.
SNL. How do you spell that?
Sprockets. I think it's SPROKETS.
Oh, I do.
Look exactly
That's hilarious.
Like Sprockets.
Yo, I'm calling myself Sprockets from now on.
Sprockets Emery.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's
hilarious.
It was like startling. I was
well,
like,
I mean,
like Sprockets.
During our pre-show, I had a tank top on, so I was just
yeah.
But it's a little cold today. But I'm
anyway.
I didn't see all you guys here. Welcome, obviously, Marques, Brad, and Justin, Emery. We're here, and I'm celebrating. I'm gloating. Marques asked me not to do it, but I have to do it for half a second just because I have to.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I'm on my Joe Burrow swag right now. Thank you. Let me hit these futures real quick. Yes, the Rams won the Super Bowl, so everybody knows what that means. I cashed the ticket. Sorry, Marques, about your Tiger King. However, I know that you had a decent day betting though. Still,
yeah,
could have had a legendary day.
Yeah. I mean, I was, and like honestly, I blame myself because the OBJ touchdown. I was like, I feel like he's gonna score today, but I didn't go with my gut, which you gotta trust your gut in gambling.
Trust your gut.
And I didn't do it, and I went the other way because I had Bengals money line. I was like, all right, let me throw this on here and go chase and Mixon. Mixon was a little greedy. Mixon was just like,
yeah,
let's just go for this.
See, the thing though is why Mixon, I think it was a good bet for you to do, is because obviously he's the starting running back for the team in the Super Bowl, but he's also a receiving back.
Right. So
it wasn't like he had to run it in.
Right.
He does catch touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm really happy with like that bet. Like I thought it went really well. Like, I got the Rams to race to 10. I got the Bengals race to 20. Mm-hmm. I thought they would have a lead at some point, but the Bengals are a slow starting team. So I knew they wouldn't get out to a good start. So it kind of went the way I expected to go. But so let's get into
that. Was a bigger swig than I anticipated. I almost was OBJ on the show. There
it was aggressive.
It was a little bit bigger of a swig than I had anticipated on consuming there. But we're good. But enough of the nonsense of my gloating. Let's actually get into discussing the game now.
So the game kind of went pretty much how I expected it to go. Mm-hmm. I expected the Bengals to hold on and win the game, but I also expected the Rams to get off to a good start. It'll look like it was going to be a blowout early. Rams jump out 13-3. Again, expected. The Bengals, they always kind of figure – the thing about the Bengals that I think are most impressive to me, and what I love about their team, is that they are very comfortable playing from behind. They're very comfortable.
It's not something you want to do all the time.
Right.
But it's good to have that trait to where you're not afraid to play from behind.
By the way, I mean, I just can't. Joey Franchise, him walking out gave me chills. The no helmet when he's playing with his wrist sleeves, his confidence, borderline cockiness, whatever you want to say, that's what I want in my top guy. Whoever my top guy is in my team, that's how I want them to be. Because your team responds to that. and they've all embraced, the Joey franchise moniker and confidence level. They've all embraced it, and it's such a cool thing. To see. So, I'm just really. It was awesome just seeing him in his element, do his thing. He's a big moment guy, so you knew he'd be ready. Like I said, the Bengals. I said this about them in the AFC Championship game. I'll say it in the Super Bowl. I knew they were not going to lose the game because they were scared or the moment was going to be too big for them. They were going to lose the team because they just got out-schemed, out-skilled. And the first half, again, went off kind of hits 13-3. Then the Bengals score late.
Yep.
Get you to 13-10, which is exactly where you want to be. Right in striking distance. Stafford does some Stafford things. makes those mistakes. But what do we say about the Bengals? The thing our biggest concern. Now, the first half, it didn't hurt them. But the second half, that offensive line really, really hurt them. And that pretty much was the story of the game, was the play of that. Because they get the lead, and then all of a sudden the floodgates open, and the sack monsters come out. Mm-hmm. And, I think it was six or seven sacks for the Rams in the second half to 1 in the first half. They get a really good job.
That's actually what I'm pulling up right now, trying to get the.
Yeah, it's something like that. They did a really good job keeping Joe Burrow clean in the first half. Did not in the second half, including that egregious 4th and 1, where that's just, you cannot allow, that goes without saying. Your quarterback, you got to give your quarterback, because it's 4th and 1. It's going to be a quick throw. Mm-hmm. He didn't even have time to set up.
No.
I mean, and Burrow's really good. One of the things you can say about him, you can say a lot of things about him, but he's a great
sacks.
7 in the second half, or 7
total? Seven total.
So 6 in the second half, 1 in the first half. One thing you can say about Burrow is a really decisive player.
That was a Super Bowl tying record. There was 7, and they tied it. And they honestly, they could have had more.
Yeah. He makes quick decisions, gets the ball out of his hand quickly. So if you were to give him a little bit of time, he's still almost made a miraculous play.
Yeah.
Getting that ball out of his hands was a miracle, and he almost completed the ball. Now, I want to ask you this. I want to go right into that, because I'm going to go backwards a little bit. So we'll go that last drive of the Bengals, then we'll go to the drive before to the Rams' last drive.
Okay.
Because there's been a lot of controversy about the holding call. But fast forward, 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, you're at midfield. Mm-hmm. You just had 2 big chunk plays in a row. Moving the ball, 2 plays midfield. The Bengals choose to run the ball there. Yep. You're the offensive coordinator.
Yep.
3rd and 1, biggest drive of your year. What are you doing there?
Well, I'm bringing Joe Mixon in.
Yeah,
that's number 1.
That's good. That would be helpful.
So let's get our starting running back on the field for that. If we're going to hand the ball off, we're not going to give it to Perrine. Okay, let's start with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we'll go there. Secondly, I'm probably not toting the ball. I'm throwing it, but I'm definitely not giving it to Perrine.
Right.
You got, what was it? 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. I was saying, I thought 3rd and 3. 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
Honestly, I'm probably letting Burrow sneak it 2 times in a row.
Okay. See, I think that killed it. I'm a big momentum guy. Now, if it's 3rd and 1, I get it. I'm not going to kill Zach Staley for deciding to run the ball there. Zach Taylor. Why do I call Zach Taylor? I'm not going to kill.
He used to play running back for the Rams.
Yeah, I'm not going to kill him for choosing to run the ball there. I'm not going to kill him for that. I wouldn't have done that. I'm a huge momentum guy. You have 2 huge chunk plays in a row. You got the Rams reeling. Keep pressure on.
Yeah, I'm not going to kill him for running the ball. I'm going to kill him for who he ran the ball with.
Okay, that's fair. I still don't do it. I think I want the ball in Joe Burrow's hands. Joe, go out here and do what you do, Joe.
Well, you got it. He brought you to that point in time.
Right.
You got to let him win it or lose it.
Yeah, and I
think about it like this: if you're Joe Burrow, Like, think about how Russell Wilson. Well, I'm sorry, not Russell. Marshawn Lynch. Think about how Marshawn Lynch feels. He should have been a back-to-back Super Bowl champion.
Right.
But he never had the chance to go out there and win it or lose it.
Right.
Burrow flipped the other way. They ran the ball, obviously, instead of passing it.
Right.
Well, he never had the chance to say, well, what if I would have thrown that ball?
Right.
We don't know. We very well could have had the same outcome. I'm not saying that no.
Right.
Definitely. But we'll never know. We'll never know now.
What I might do is 3rd and 1, take my shot, and then 4th and 1, come back and run it with Mixon. That's what I may do. But that 3rd and 1, because now it's like, okay, I look at 3rd and 1 kind of like you would 2nd and 1 normally in normal circumstances, where that for me, I love 2nd and 1 shots. Because now I got the defense, they have no idea what's going to come.
Yeah, when you have that 2nd and 1, your whole playbook is open.
Right. So I could play action pass them to death, and now here's my shot. Here's my shot right here. So that's what I would have gone. I would have been more aggressive there. I think it kind of shot because the Rams at that point were freaked out. Yeah. You got 2 plays, you're already at midfield. And you know this guy is not scared of the moment. He's not going to make a mistake. He's ready. He's built for this. They're freaked out at this point. And I feel like when they got that stop, it was like that deep breath, like, okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. We got one more stop, guys. One more. And then now you're the Rams. You got the foam for the mouth. Because listen, we get one stop. We're Super Bowl champions.
Oh, yeah.
So you go from that, panic to, guys, one stop, we're champions. So it totally changes the complexion and the thinking of the Rams. So yeah, I guess for me, I'd throw the ball there, but the Bengals they're going to learn from this. They have. It's nice for them because they haven't peaked yet in the sense that they still can get a lot better. Defensively, they can improve on the cornerback. They can improve. Obviously, the offensive line can get way better. Joe Burrow, scary enough, is going to get better. Their receivers, Higgins, Boyd, and Chase, they're all pups. This is a team that is going to get better. They got here before they're at their apex. Like most teams, when they get in the Super Bowl, it's because they're at their apex. Frightening thing about the Bengals aren't even close right now to their apex. They can get exponentially better than this. Now, you worry for them. You still got Buffalo that's still right there. The Chiefs aren't going anywhere. So you still got a couple teams that are going to be competitive with them for the next couple years, but they're going to get better. This is not the peak for them, which is good. But I want to go back to the drive before. So the Rams now have the ball going to try to get the go-ahead score, which was we should really call it the Cooper Kupp drive, because that's what Collinsworth. Collinsworth overreacted a little bit by saying, I don't know if you caught that when he said this.
I did.
Be like the biggest drive. That's absurd.
No, I think he said under pressure, I've never seen anyone better than Stafford and Kupp.
Which is silly.
I mean, like Jerry Rice was like,
yeah, Montana out there pointing out John Candy before the biggest drive of his life. Brady, Gronk, Brady, Edelman. The
list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
Right. It was a silly statement. It was a Collinsworth sometimes overreacts during the moment.
Every single thing he's ever seen is the greatest thing he's ever seen.
Right. And those people are dangerous. But listen, it was the Cooper Kupp drive. I will say Collinsworth did say this before that was the actual point. He said Matt Stafford basically has made a decision and said, I don't care. I'm throwing the ball Cooper Kupp. That's basically what he did. He needed a big play. That's what you do. Because for them, OBJ gets hurt, it changes the entire complexion of everything, the way that offense was. Because they were cooking in the first half before
they were humming.
Yeah. That really changed a lot of things. But I want to take you right down to the goal line.
Yep.
Holding Colin Wilson.
Yep.
Hold, not hold.
Hold. The way that I look at everything is when you see a play develop, if it looks weird, chances are a penalty happened.
Yeah.
And that, obviously when they slowed it down, ticky tack, when you watch it in real time, it looked like you look at something and go, all right, that's not how football play is supposed to look. Something happened there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm fine with it. I have no problem.
And people are talking about the false start before, but you know what? Like you're like in a big game, you're going to have moments like that. Like we go back, the face mask that wasn't called on Higgins, the touchdown. He yanked Jalen Ramsey across the field, but I'm actually glad that wasn't called because I believe that was incidental contact. I don't believe he meant to do that.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
You're kind of hand fighting. I know, but you know what? I'm kind of glad it was let him play. I don't like that was a huge play. We don't. I'll let that stuff like that for me in a big game like that. I don't want the refs throwing their hands in that. They're doing a little hand fighting. It got weird, whatever. And Jalen Ramsey, honestly, let's be honest, didn't have a great game because Jamar Chase made him look silly on the other sidelines and almost burned him for a tutty.
As I don't think there's any doubt that he's probably the best corner in the game.
Yeah.
Was that fair to say? If not the best, top 3.
Right now, yes. I think he's number 1.
He gets burnt a lot.
He does. Well, he gambles.
He's a big play guy. He gets a lot of turnovers, but you can have him.
Yes.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of when Richard Sherman was in Seattle. Because Sherman would get beat. Like guys like Deshaun Jackson, Tyreek Hill would eat him up.
Yeah.
But other guys like now Megatron's different. He eats everybody up. And
Sherman was a zone corner. Like Sherman wasn't really he wasn't a man. They didn't play traditional man-to-man in Seattle. So like
they played a lot of press zone. Like they'd be up on
but like that zone coverage lends to you getting toasted if you get caught in man. It definitely lends to you getting burnt toast Jenkins.
But there's no doubt that if Jalen Ramsey hits I know he's under a 5-year contract right now, but I'm saying if he hits the open market, there's 32 teams that would be signing up to write him a check.
1,000%.
But he does get his fair share of.
It's acceptable to a double move. Definitely can get him a double move. Chase got him. Higgins gets him. But overall, listen, the game was an entertaining football game. Way better than it was last year. You hate to see those games decided really early. This game kept you interested pretty much throughout the entire game. You love the opportunity for late drives. This has been, you go back to the divisional round, to the championship rounds, to the Super Bowl. Is this the best playoffs we've ever seen? I don't want to be Collinsworth and give you, but like I don't usually say stuff like that. But I gotta throw the question out. It is the best playoffs we've ever had because for me, this was damn good.
Without being able to sit here and dig up all of the past postseasons and like really doing a deep dive into it, I have to say yes. At first glance, at the surface, I have to say absolutely yes. I also joked that by the end of the first quarter, the Rams had scored more than they did the entire Super Bowl against Belichick.
And you know what, too? The best games delivered. Like, I would say the main event of all of this is Bills-Chiefs. That was the one everyone wanted to see. And a lot of times you get those matchups and they don't deliver. That delivered. You know, it delivered. It over-delivered, really. Like, it delivered. So,
people wanted the halftime or the overtime rules changed just because.
Right. Yeah, so like I put all of that
bigger discussion.
Right. I put all of that together and it was I know it was one of the best playoffs I've ever seen. And for my money, probably the best. It was unbelievable. Great game yesterday. So let's get into this halftime show, shall we?
So yeah.
Halftime show for a minute.
Okay. Let me preface it by saying this.
Okay.
All over Twitter, it was the best halftime show of all time.
Yes.
If you were on the Bluebird app at any point in time during the second half and in the post game, you would have thought that you saw what was it, 99, Woodstock 99?
Yeah.
You've seen Woodstock 99, Live 8, and
Live Aid.
Yeah, and the Thriller tour all at the same time.
All at the same time. Yeah, so I think I'll stick with that point for a second because here's what I think happened. I think people were so excited to have hip hop in the Super Bowl. They wanted to do well because they want to see it in the future. So they put themselves in a position where, like, we're not going to bash this. We're not going to bash this. And listen, it wasn't bad.
No.
It wasn't bad, but it also wasn't great.
So a couple of bullet points on it. Number one, I wasn't in love with the stage, the set.
So the stage confused me because I think I texted you because I got excited because I was thinking Eminem was starting and that was the Marshall Mathers.
Read my mind.
I thought that was the Marshall Mathers house. So I got really excited.
Read my mind.
Really excited. That's what I thought it was. I was like, oh, that's the Marshall Mathers house. I thought we were about to get.
It looks like the scenes from like the Amityville.
Yeah,
stuff.
I thought I thought he was coming out with the Jason mask, the overalls. I thought we were getting that Marshall, and I was like, "Yo, this is about to be lit."
Yes.
So that was confused right away with that. But I will say I did like the grid, the LA grid. I thought that was cool. I thought a cool dynamic. I love Dre on the piano.
Oh.
I thought I didn't know he played piano like that. So I thought I thought that was awesome. That was a nice touch. Anderson .Paak on the drums for "Lose Yourself" was a nice touch. Here's one problem. Here's the biggest problem for me. Where I realized I didn't know it was going to be a problem until I watched it. I think it was too many people. They had way too many people. Because what ends up happening is you got Eminem, 50 Cent, Snoop, Dre, and then Kendrick.
And Mary.
And Mary, who looked phenomenal, by the way.
I think she sounded really the best out of all of them.
What's that?
I think she sounded the best out of all.
I agree. She looked absolutely phenomenal. She's like 51 years old. It's absurd.
Listen, I think obviously Kendrick's the youngest one out of everybody that performed.
Yeah.
I think everybody else is 45 or older.
Yeah. Yeah. I probably enjoyed Kendrick's set the best. His look and "We Gonna Be All Right" was probably my favorite moment because, like, I thought that was an excellent pick. If you're gonna do one Kendrick song, and for, like, you know, the time frame we're in and everything with the NFL, I thought that was a great pick. I did not need to hear Eminem do "Lose Yourself" as his only song. If it was part of a medley, fine. As his only song, no. You know what I was really pissed about? Don't give me the opening chords of "Forget About Dre" and don't give me the verses from "Forget About Dre." That was a misstep. A huge misstep.
I thought when Kendrick started teasing that, I was like, "Oh, that's what's going to happen."
And you know what? I might honestly. It's so funny because, like, moments can flip you. If they had done "Forget About Dre," I might not be talking about this the way I am right now.
Yeah,
that was a huge moment they missed. The 50 Cent thing was cool, but it also was a reminder that we're all getting older. Like, 50 Cent need to mix in a couple salads. Let's be honest.
Oh, yo, listen. So we're watching it. Obviously, we're watching the halftime. We're watching the halftime show at her place. Okay.
Yeah.
And she just got out of the way, like, when it was about to start. She's like, "I don't know what you're going to do."
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I had partaken. I was full West Coast. Like,
yeah, you're ready.
I was ready to go.
Like all of us. Like, dude, even like my kids, like the kids ran, like the halftime show, they ran downstairs. We all were gathered around because everyone wanted to see what was going to, even because my daughter's 11. She had her friend was over who's 11. Their son's like 13-ish. And then Zave's 6. And then his friend Grayson is 7. So they just wanted to, because they knew we were excited about it. She's like, all right, well, let's see what's about to happen here.
Yeah, so she got up on the sofa, just like out of the way. Like we moved the coffee table out of the way because I didn't know what I was going to do.
You didn't know what's going to happen.
I like all leading up to it. I had like the playlist. I had the whole Snoop playing. I was
ready.
I was ready to go. After like the third song, I literally just went and sat next to her on the sofa.
Right.
Okay.
Well, and here's something weird.
But so he comes out of the ceiling. He comes down. Starts rapping.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, look over at her." She goes, "He got big."
Yeah.
I'm like,
did.
"Yeah." Somebody on Twitter was like, "Yeah, you can clearly see the 50s clearly suffering from inflation."
Yeah, I read that. That actually made me laugh out loud. And like, Joseph Fred, like, yo, 50 about $2.50 right now.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, there's certain clothing you can, and he still looks great.
Oh, I
but
mean,
remember,
he was
in 2003, he was a different type of jacked. Like
but,
he was, but we also have to be fair too. That 50 Cent has always been more on the husky side. He got shot those 9 times. He lost a bunch of weight in the hospital, and it helped transform his body to a different type of rip. But he's always had trouble with weight. He admits that. And but like
he looked like he had pulled out the same shirt from 20 years ago. Like, oh,
yes,
it's still fit.
Yeah. And like you can't do.
It still fits, right? Like,
right.
Wear this out.
Right. If you're not in the excellent shape, a white wife beater is not your friend.
No.
You got to be in the most remarkable shape to pull off a white wife beater. So like that,
black. He could have went gray.
Right.
Pretty much any color.
Black should have been the move because he changed later on and had a black T-shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that didn't work. But like it was a nice moment. But also too, a weird thing too is we got no Snoop songs.
No solo Snoop songs.
No solo Snoop songs at all. That's the thing, like you didn't like What's My Name didn't happen. Like if you had to I would have rather them not done the 50 Cent thing to get more of the people that were advertised. Like
now, let me ask you this. It's gonna be a 2-part question.
Okay.
Is it? Do you have the thoughts that you had on it because the show really wasn't that great, or were you so excited about it that you had unrealistic expectations in your head going into it that couldn't have been met anyway?
I think a combination of both. I know I was really geeked for it because I had high expectations.
Last night I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? I had this whole image in my head of how it went down.
Yeah.
That maybe wasn't necessarily fair to go in with because I don't think I portrayed the concert in my head how I would have produced it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that should have been.
I think too, we all kind of forgot that this is the halftime show, is not a concert. So I feel like
a 12-minute set though, that's still kind of short, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's my point. Is we're all them. Usually you have one act, maybe 2, so you can get a whole bunch. 12 minutes is actually a long time on TV. It's a long time. However, if you have 5 people that need to get stuff off, it condenses it big time. Like, think about it. Eminem was only on the screen for what, 45 seconds? He was out within a minute. You barely see. I mean, it's mostly Dre, but it was supposed to be Dre's thing. So you saw mostly Dre and Snoop. But Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, 50 Cent did maybe a minute each.
Yeah.
They were out.
Now, a couple things. Number one, I think that the setup might have taken longer than previously anticipated. That was a complex stage design to get on stage.
Say it one more time. Sorry.
I think the setup was too long, too much. That seemed like a very long set to construct on the field.
Yes.
So
yeah, I will say after I got past the Marshall Mathers LP disappointment, I did like the old school Impalas, that look. And I thought the set, it looked cool when it was okay. Now I get the vision. I just feel like for people to say that was the best halftime, we're talking Michael. We're talking Bruno Mars,
Prince,
Bruno and Beyonce. We're talking Janet Jackson. No, that to me. So I had the question on Friday: would this crack the top 5? This does not crack my top 5.
No, I would agree 100% with that statement. Definitely did not crack the top 5. Also, did you see Eminem take the knee?
I did. I expected him to do something political.
Well, did you hear that the NFL explicitly told him not to do it, and he did it anyway?
Yes. Well, apparently it's conflicting reports. I believe the NFL told him no. I'll put that out there.
Yeah.
But it's conflicting reports because an NFL spokesman said that's false. We saw the rehearsal.
Do you trust him?
No, absolutely not. I do believe they probably didn't want him to do that. And I also think You know what though? If he was going to do that and take the knee, which obviously I'm here for it, but if you were going to do that, Lose Yourself doesn't pair with that.
No.
So if you're going to do that and take that step, why don't you do White America?
Yeah.
White America. That's why America. Like that was the move. If you're going to make a statement, do that. Because like at the end of the day, Eminem's catalog is so huge. His B-sides don't look like B-sides. Everyone knows White America.
Oh yeah.
So like, and everyone would have been like, yo, Eminem just did White America. Like, go for it, dude. Put on the Kaepernick jersey, go White America, and take the knee. Go for it. Do the whole thing. Now, I don't know if the NFL would allow him to do that.
Oh no.
I don't know if that would have worked, but like, I thought Lose Yourself didn't really pair with the energy of a kneel. But I appreciate him doing what he did, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. Like it's I hate, pooping in people's coffee. I know a lot of people really like this, but like I said, I think if people are honest with themselves, they just like the idea of hip hop being in the Super Bowl. And it takes for a lot of people for like the Gen X millennial crossover, because it's like basically a year within that. This was like our pocket. This was like our youth. Like when these people were popular, we were outside big time, and like everyone can remember when Get Rich Die Trying drops 50 Cent in the beat. That's why I understand why he did the beater thing, because like, and the headband, because it takes you back to that vibe. You know what I mean? So I understand why he did that, and actually, good for him for being a good sport and doing that, because like obviously it took a lot of guts to not know. Like I don't look like I did 20 years ago, but I'm just gonna do this anyway. I don't care.
Now, I got to give so you saw the videos of LeBron?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I want to shout out former Penn State alumni and actually also former alumni of First Time Long Time.
Okay.
Mr. Maxwell was the one who shot that video of LeBron.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah, she
nice.
was at the Super Bowl for she works now for Sporting News.
Yeah.
And she was there doing a bunch of digital content for them. And she actually shot the video of LeBron, and she shot the video of Snoop Dogg pre-show.
All right.
So
that's cool. That's pretty cool.
She got she was all over whatever show Nick Wright does this morning. Her videos were all over that with her little tag in the corner. So I saw that. I was like, oh. So I went to her feed this morning. She's increased her following count by tens of thousands. So
I'm gonna ask you next. I'm gonna ask you a prediction.
Okay.
For your halftime show next year of who. Let's do twofold. Who you think is gonna be?
Let's one last question for you on this show.
Okay.
What is the one song you didn't hear that you wanted to?
From just any artist?
Period. Like, what's the one song?
What's my name? What's my name? It's a travesty that didn't happen. Like I don't know how you have Snoop up there and you don't get any of his. Like, what's my name had to happen. Like that's a non-negotiable. Has to happen. Like we gotta get this in here. Like that beat is so funky and so West Coast and so of that LA Compton era. And like you hear like literally like you hear that song and you see the palm trees, you feel the warmth from your skin, you feel like the cookout vibe. Like that song's so LA.
Yeah. I
like the nod to California Love. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you knew this, but yesterday was the anniversary of Tupac All Eyes on Me. The 26th year anniversary.
Did not know that.
So that was nice. It was a nice shout out to California Love. Doing a little bit of that. But yeah, what's my name had to happen. What about you?
Oh, so I'm not. So obviously, out of all those artists, Kendrick's probably my least favorite out of all of them.
Yeah.
But I really needed to hear, hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances.
Yeah.
On them with the counterfeits, but now I'm counting this Parmesan with my accountant lives.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would have liked to hear that or DNA, but like We Gonna Be Alright was a good fit because it's a political song, and I know Kendrick would want to make some kind of statement. So, and I love the vibe of his backup dancers and stuff like that, and the all black outfits. That was a cool vibe. So And it worked right after. I think he came on right after Eminem kneeled, right? Or was it before?
No, before.
Okay.
He came in after 50 came down.
Yeah. So it worked. It worked. It sounded good. But yeah.
Could you imagine how the crowd would have reacted when he was like, "My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put little baby in a spiral."
Yeah.
The whole
yeah, that would have been that would have been a moment. That would have been a moment.
I was also keeping an over or under on the amount of gang signs Snoop threw up.
Well, he had a whole gang homage. His outfit was a giant do-rag, a giant Crip bandana.
Yep. So, but to answer your question about
so next year, who would you like to see? Who do you think it will be?
So I actually thought that had this, I mean, I'm sure that like the NFL is reading what everybody's saying on Twitter, what all it is. Like we are probably in the minority with what our opinions of on the show.
Right, and I'm glad people are doing that because I think it's going to lend to more hip hop acts. Like if people were bashing it, it wouldn't happen. But that's good because I want more of this.
Yeah, I thought that if this went off, good enough, that this could have opened the door for a Lil Wayne, Drake, Nicki Minaj halftime show.
I mean, that would be the big three would be nice.
Or a Jay-Z, Beyonce, Rihanna halftime show.
You'll never see that ever. Jay-Z ain't allowed to hang out with Rihanna anymore. Are you out of your mind?
So
do you know the moment that they're not allowed to hang out anymore? When he said on Click, "Yeah, I'm talking Yay. Yeah, I'm talking Re. Yeah, I'm talking B."
Oh yeah,
dog. You never say another girl over your wife. Like, what are you doing? Notice how he hasn't collabed with her in like 10 plus years. That's why.
I think that this opened the door for, labels that have, like Drake and Lil Wayne and Nicki, things like that are now going to possibly be more the standard versus the outlier.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but I think that the door has been open for that now.
I would like to see Jay-Z Kanye. That's what I would like to see. I think
how did I forget?
I think a Kanye set design and Jay-Z and Kanye, and basically you're just for them. It would just you get because two people is perfect. Because now I can get 3 minutes each of them doing their original. They're doing their stuff. Jay-Z does 3 minutes of his catalog. Kanye does 3 minutes of his catalog. 6 minutes of their stuff together, and I feel incredible. So I'm getting everything.
Yes.
What I think is going to happen is I think they go back to pop next year.
Okay.
So maybe you get maybe a Post Malone is starting to get on that radar of Super Bowl. I don't know if the tattoos are going to scare all the more conservatives out there, but
I hope
maybe
not.
you get a Post Malone because he's becoming a pretty big pop star. You already did The Weeknd, so that ain't going to work. Maybe Dua Lipa, someone like that, someone in that vein. I feel will happen next year, and then you go back to hip hop the year after because Jay-Z is now in charge of the Super Bowl halftime. That's one of his jobs, the halftime show. So I don't see him doing hip hop 2 years in a row just so how people are like, oh, Jay-Z's here and now we're just gonna have all hip hop. Blah, blah, blah. But I think he'll probably do something along the lines of that. Something of that nature, a really big pop artist. That's why I feel like you'll see. Although, like I said, I would love to watch The Throne do the halftime show. I think that would be amazing.
That would be phenomenal.
That would be because they're both because Jay-Z's become a really good. Kanye's always been a great live performer. Jay-Z's become a really good live performer, and they both have the catalogs to get you out of your seat. And I think it matches the energy of what you want in Super Bowl. How about Evan McPherson hanging out watching? Dude, is he the greatest kicker of all time? I just love he's just hanging out there. He's like, you know what? You guys don't need me for a game plan. I kick the ball. I'm gonna be out here watching the halftime show. Call me if you need me.
He was having a good old time, wasn't he?
Yeah. That would have hit even different. If they won the game and he hit the last kick, that would have hit even different.
He was enjoying himself. He didn't want to leave. He was having a good time. So
yeah, which is awesome. I mean, I love that because I'm sure they all would love to do that, but obviously they got game plan and that stuff. But he could definitely do that, and the team loves him. Like he's earned major cachet.
Replay of the OBJ injury.
Ugh. He's earned major cachet for making those 2 huge kicks. So he basically do whatever he wants right now. So it's like, yeah, you don't watch the halftime show. You're fine. Go for it.
He's chilling. Now, before we pivot, hit a break, and get off Super Bowl, I want to do some legacy talk with you real quick about some Rams players.
Okay.
So obviously, winning a championship can do a lot to your career resume.
Facts.
So I'm going to give you a couple names. I want you to tell me what you think this does. But we're going to obviously leave the Bengals out of it because they're such a young team.
We covered them. This was a bonus year for them getting in. They'll be back because they'll be better.
Von Miller, 2-time Super Bowl champion now.
Right. Yeah. I don't think it changes his legacy at all because I feel like he's a guy. He's probably the only guy on that team whose legacy was already cemented. Like he was on a bunch of dominant defenses in Denver. He already has a ring. He was a big part of that ring because that was the year that he basically couldn't feel his hand.
I mean, didn't he win MVP that year?
Von Miller?
Yeah, for the Super Bowl.
He may very well have been, but that was
I'm pretty sure
that was not the year the offense carried the Broncos. The defense carried that team, and he was a huge part of that. So I think for him, this is a bonus to his.
He won the MVP that year against the Panthers.
This is a bonus. This is a bonus for his legacy.
Yeah, so he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion, defensive rookie of the year, 3-time first team All-Pro, 4-time second team All-Pro, 8-time Pro Bowler, all decades team.
Yeah,
115 career sacks, 26 career forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, and over 500 tackles.
Yeah, I feel like for him, he's the only Ram I could say was already solidified. Like he didn't really need to do. This is a bonus for him. He didn't need to do anything else. He was good.
Here's one that's a little outside the box that you wouldn't think of because he was out of the game for a little bit. Eric Weddle.
I mean, I'm sure he's happy he came back. I mean, making that decision to come back and we're going to get into another. We're going to go after the break when he switches to basketball. A guy I might want to see think about making a comeback for the Sixers for a stretch run. But
I know who you're talking about, and we will. So here's Eric Weddle's career stats: Super Bowl champion, obviously. 2-time first team All-Pro, 3-time second team All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowler, all decades team. Almost 1,200 tackles.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it was like I said, it was a smart decision on his part, paid off big time. And at times it looked like it wasn't going to pay off, but it did.
This chip puts him in the Hall of Famer now.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. Maybe not probably not first ballot.
No, because you remember he's a safety. It took Palomalu a little bit, took Reed a little bit, took Dawkins.
He'll get in eventually.
How about OBJ?
This changed his legacy big time. But his legacy to me changed. It started to change even before this game because for him, he's always been fair or unfair, been kind of looked at as like a guy that wasn't a great teammate, wasn't concerned with winning, and was a selfish guy. He had those incidents, especially towards the end of his tenure with the Giants. Remember on the sideline where he knocks down the kicking whatever that thing called
kicking net.
Yeah, he knocks down that thing. He had some run-ins with coaches. They get him out of there. Now he's having issues with Mayfield and stuff in Cleveland. But you can't really say any of that stuff anymore. He's been a model citizen with the Rams. They all love him. The coaches love him. They don't get to the Super Bowl without him. I mean, I don't think people realize how big a loss Robert Woods was for them. And they needed someone on the other side of Cooper Kupp because Van Jefferson he's a third guy. He's clearly a third guy.
Yes.
So they needed that second guy, and OBJ didn't go in there trying to take away Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp still got targeted just as much with OBJ there. But what OBJ did for Cooper Kupp is he gave someone else to focus on also, and OBJ relished in that role.
Yes.
And thrived in that role. That's why I was so unfortunate what happened to him yesterday, because he should have finished that game, in uniform. And it sucks that he wasn't able to. And, but I think he may be the person I'm happiest for on this team.
Andrew,
that reaction was such a relief. That reaction for him, those tears, was just like oh my gosh, I finally did it. They can't say these things about me anymore.
Yeah, Andrew Whitworth.
How old is that man?
40.
He looks like he's 70.
He's also the all-time snaps leader in the NFL.
Walter Payton Jr. Award winner also.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
and think about it. He spent 10 years playing for the Bengals, and he spent the last 6 years playing for the Rams.
And not these Bengals.
No, Carson Palmer's Bengals.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it's nice for him. It's different for offensive linemen, though.
Do you think this puts him in?
What's the accolades?
Well, you got to remember
he's
an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
So he's not going to have Super Bowl champion, obviously, Walter Payton Man of the Year, 2-time first team All-Pro, 1-time second team All-Pro, Pro Bowler for 2 different teams, offensive lineman of player of the year 2018. And he is the all-time longevity snaps leader.
Maybe after a couple of years. Maybe he's a maybe. But after okay. Jason Kelce. Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
No, and not because he's not good enough. It's the position he plays.
Right. So that's my point. And would you say that Jason Kelce is a better offensive lineman than Whitworth?
Would I say Kelce's better?
Yeah.
Yes, I would say Kelce's better, but like I said, Whitworth is a tackle. Kelce's a center.
Right.
Tackles are weighted differently.
Yeah, but my point in all that is
I think a better comparison would be, and I obviously side against Whitworth on this, but I think a more appropriate comparison would be Whitworth or Jason Peters.
Jason Peters, yeah, Peters. So same argument, same thing. Peters is a Hall of Famer, right?
Absolutely.
Peters first ballot Hall of Famer.
Let me pull up his I think so. Let me just pull up his numbers to confirm that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So would you put Whitworth and Peters in the same class?
Like, would I draft them in the same or put them?
No, I'm saying, would you put them as skill? Would you put them in the same class? Is Whitworth just as good as Peters?
He's the next rung down.
Okay,
whatever the next rung down. Like, I'm not putting Whitworth in. Like, you don't play until you're 40 and you suck. You know what I mean? But is he? I mean, we're looking. Jason Peters is a 9-time Pro Bowler.
Right, and that's my point. Is I feel like Peters is a better.
Whitworth has a lot more longevity, a lot more games played, a lot more games started as well.
Yeah, and that's fair, but I think Peters was just more dynamic. I think Whitworth probably gets in, but it's going to take a couple years.
Got 2 more players for you.
All right.
Aaron Donald.
I mean, why? I'm going to shoot a question back to you. For him, a guy like him who's been so dominant and so good, does a ring really even matter for his resume? Does it matter?
I mean, now that he doesn't have to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. But I look at him as a Lawrence Taylor type.
I mean,
he's that dominant.
3-time Defensive Player of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, 7-time First Team All-Pro, 8-time Pro Bowler.
I don't think this matters for him.
He had 98 sacks before he turned 30 years old.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
a defensive tackle position.
It's absurd. So for me, I don't think it matters. I really don't think this ring does anything for his legacy, because let's see, he's another guy who's basically solidified. He was so good. He's been so good, so dominant for so long. You don't classify him with the ring. I don't, at least.
And the last one.
9.
Number 9.
He did not play great yesterday.
He didn't play bad.
Out of the way. Didn't play bad, didn't play great either. He was above average.
Yeah. So 26 of 40, 283, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Here's the deal. When you're a quarterback of a team and you're in the Super Bowl and you don't get MVP, that's a slap in the face. It's a slight. How often does that happen? Go back throughout the past 20 years. How often a non-quarterback has won MVP? It doesn't happen a lot.
It's happened more recently, I'd say in the last 15 years or so.
We've gotten some.
Well, no,
that's a slap in the face of the quarterbacks, though.
A little bit more than some, though. Like, for example, here we go. We have Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm.
Before that was Brady. Before that was Mahomes. Then it was Julian Edelman. Before that, Foles. Before that, Brady. Von Miller, Brady. Mm-hmm. Malcolm Smith, linebacker from Seattle. I actually don't recall him winning that at all whatsoever, but obviously he did. Joe Flacco, Eli Rogers, Santonio Holmes, Hines Ward, Deion Branch, Dexter Jackson, Ray Lewis, Terrell Davis, Desmond Howard, Larry Brown.
How far are you going back to? Where are we at now? What year are we at?
We are
Larry Brown was what, 96? That was the Cowboys' last Super Bowl.
Super Bowl 30.
So that was 96?
Yeah.
All right. So we're in 22 and we got 7 so far. So you're getting so mostly quarterbacks.
I mean, is it a mostly quarterback award?
So my point is generally a slap in the face, especially on a team like this that's so high powered. You would think the quarterback would get those accolades. It just shows you he didn't play great yesterday. He played good enough. He made some throws. I'm not taking that away from him, but it wasn't great. This definitely, well, for him, listen, he spent all those years with the Lions. So he put up a lot of numbers over the years, but this was biggest for him because now he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Think so?
Yes. With all the numbers now and this ring, absolutely.
I mean, by the time he retires, he'll probably have over 60,000 passing yards.
Yeah.
Because I believe right now he's at just a hair under 50,000.
Yeah.
For his career. Let me just pull that up real quick. I don't want to misquote it. For his career. Oh, wow. Yeah. 49,995.
Yeah.
So 323. So let's say, how old is he? He is 34. He actually just turned 34 last week. So let's say 3 years. Is that fair? 3 more years?
3-4 years.
3-4 years.
I mean, who knows these day and age with these quarterbacks?
So he'll probably have, let's say he throws 30 touchdowns a year for the next 4 years. Fair?
It's 120.
So he'll end his career at about 450 touchdown passes.
It's a lot.
Let's say he throws let's just say 4,000 yards for the next 4 years. There's another 12,000. Mm-hmm. He's going to be at he's going to be between 60 and 65,000 at that point in time. He's the fastest player to reach 20, 30, 40, and 45,000 passing yards ever.
Stafford can sling it. He can sling that thing now.
Now, here's where the real interesting question comes up. And I've long said this before about this guy. If you're going, so did you think McNabb's a Hall of Famer?
No.
I don't either. But for those of you out there that says McNabb is a Hall of Famer, then off of principle and just numbers alone, Matt Ryan's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Now, do you feel like Matt Ryan's a Hall of Fame quarterback?
Yes.
You do?
First ballot, but yes.
So I'm not disagreeing with you, but a lot of people will push back against you on that. So here's Matt Ryan's numbers.
Okay.
367 touchdown passes.
Mm-hmm.
59,000 passing yards.
Mm-hmm.
5-time Pro Bowler, Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, MVP, first team All-Pro, NFL passing leader. None of those Matt Stafford has. Now, the one thing he does have is the Super Bowl ring that Matt Ryan lost.
Yeah,
that has been the hot topic since the Rams have won. So we're looking at approximately the last 12 hours. The hot topic has been
Stafford versus Ryan?
Yes.
Listen, a ring would look nice next to Matt Ryan's resume. But like, I think you can't argue with those numbers. McNabb doesn't have anything. McNabb is not even in the ballpark of those numbers.
No, McNabb.
He's
I'm not even going to waste my time looking at his numbers.
Like McNabb's, what's that?
I'm not even going to waste my time looking at McNabb.
Yeah, he's not in the ballpark or any of that stuff. I don't even know if he's over 300 touchdowns.
All right, now I have to look it up.
Like I think if he's on 300, he's lower end 300, but I don't think he eclipsed 300 touchdowns. Like McNabb has a great touchdown interception ratio, but I don't think he's in 300s.
Oh. 234.
Yeah, that's not no
37,000 passing yards.
No, that's not good enough. And like, I don't even know if a Super Bowl helps him.
McNabb?
I don't know if it does because like those numbers are so low.
Yeah,
and he played for a pretty
12 seasons.
Yeah, 12 seasons. Your number should be a little higher than that. Now people are going to push back and say the receivers, blah 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 blah. But too bad. Sorry.
You're a Hall of Fame player, right?
It's not good enough. It's not.
No, not at all. So, yeah. So, I mean, a lot of legacy talk for the Rams. A lot of players in there that definitely boosted their all-time status. And shout out Sean McVay, youngest coach to ever win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, good on him for that. So let's take a break. And on the other side, I want to get in a couple news and note stories around the NFL.
Okay.
And then we're going to completely shift gears because we got a debut tomorrow night, baby.
Yeah.
So we need to get into that.
I also need you to shame me for the Sixers game against the Cavaliers. I deserve to be.
You actually remind me, a listener in the show helped me out. I got to shame you for something else too. On the other side.
Me?
A lot of shame. Yeah.
I deserve it. It's all right. I'm sitting here.
Sprockets. Bradman in the morning. Marques Brown, just memory right back.
Looking for authentic Mexican food close to home? Great news. District Taco is just around the corner in Abington, Pennsylvania, and they'd love to fiesta with you. Offering delicious fish tacos, a California burrito stuffed with guac, steak, fries, and chipotle mayo, plus sweet, crispy churros. District Taco has it all. Try out the newest location and come back for more. Get 10% off your first in-app order with promo code BREMI10. Always fresh, always Mexican. District Taco.
Relationships can be tough, and finding that special someone can be even tougher. So when it's time to make a decision on what to do with the ring, you don't want to have that be tough too, right? Hi, I'm Marques Brown. I want to talk to you guys, my friends at Vans Jewelers, located at 13 South York Road in the heart of Hatboro. Back in 2017, when I decided to get engaged, there was only one choice for me. Going into Vans Jewelers, I was quite nervous, but they put me at ease right away with their friendly staff and their easy selection. They have selections for any budget. Rings, watches, chains, earrings, you name it, they got it. They also offer free ultrasonic cleaning and stone checks on any ring. Vans Jewelers also provides cleanings while you wait every Tuesday through Friday. What else do you want? You can't beat it. Go see my friends at Vans Jewelers, located again at the heart of Hatboro, 13 South York Road.
Justin here. Let me tell you about my friends over at Beef Jerky Outlet. A family-owned business, Sharon and Michael have the best jerky around. They have a huge selection to choose from, but always make sure to try my personal favorite, the Honey Barbecue Turkey Jerky. Don't think they only have jerky for sale. They also have the best supply of sauces, marinades, and rubs for all of your new recipes. Located at 110 Lincoln Highway, right by Oxford Valley Mall. Head on over there, go in and say, yo, Justin sent me.
Every Friday, we're bringing you bits. But it's especially hilarious to me knowing what I've seen happen in McDonald's locations over the years. Hell, what I've done in McDonald's locations over the years.
Hits. Always winterize your pipes. I think that is such a funny...
And everything in between. Not see it's the opposite. You don't see it, and he was totally about eating that baby.
We are Twitty and the Brand. We're going to ruin something that you love. New episodes weekly on all your favorite podcast streamers.
Yeah, man. Welcome back. Brad in the morning. Marques, Brad, Justin Emery.
Yo. This is usually the part of the show where I give you the facts and the birthdays, but there weren't any today. And it's not because I didn't look them up. I looked them up. There just wasn't anything interesting.
So this is the part where I'm going to call you out then. Sprocket.
Yeah, I need to be shamed.
So Friday, we had some big appetizer talk on the show. We actually went through and we got in a debate over jalapeno poppers.
Yes.
And the whole thing, we couldn't find the Big Heads menu. I knew it was on there because it's a low tier app. So
I actually found the menu.
Well, listen. Friend of the show, listen to the show. Gary Stover, Hot Stove Stoves, sends me the text with the entire menu. Underneath text, he says, jalapeno poppers right there. Definitely low tier.
Definitely not. Hold on. I actually have their menu right here. So we can dive right into the menu right now.
Yeah, the poppers are on here.
Not on the menu I saw.
Well, I got them. I got them right here. I can send it to you.
Okay, so I'm looking. All right, I gotta wait for it to load. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna read the appetizers right now off the menu that I see.
Now, under your appetizers, say munchies.
It does not. It just says appetizers.
Okay. Well, you might be because this is the official Big Heads letterhead on here.
Oh, so as is here. Here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna send you mine right now and let you know.
Hold on. We can do this.
But I'm just gonna send it to you. Let you know I'm not fooling.
Oh, I'm not saying that you're.
Go ahead.
Messing with me.
Go ahead.
Let me pull it up. Give me a second to pull it up on the screen so I can show you the whole menu on the screen. It's just I need a second to get it off of my laptop onto my desktop. So give me 1 second.
All right.
But while I'm doing this, I need you to. I rightfully deserve some more shame.
Okay.
Okay. So Saturday night, the game they're getting ready to play the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Now, full disclosure, I had a long ass day on Saturday doing Lombardi show.
Okay.
So game tip by 7:30 came around. I was already running on fumes. So my plan was, I thought Harden was going to ring the bell, and I was like, I really want to watch the game, all that. I knew he wasn't going to play. I thought he was going to be in the building. Turns out he wasn't even in the building, but I thought he was. So I was like, I definitely
tap in the house.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. But so I watched the whole pregame show with
aiming for the old Jim Lyon.
Yeah. Watch that whole thing. All right, perfect, great, love it.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I'm in bed, so I was like, all right, perfect, I'll watch it. Watch the whole thing. Watch them bringing Kate, Scott, and Alla for the pregame show. All that stuff. Next thing I know, I wake up and they're interviewing Embiid after the game.
So you missed it. You missed the history and everything.
The whole game.
You didn't get to see dunk?
No. I mean, I saw replays of it and everything. Now my unconscious body witnessed the whole game.
But your conscious body did not.
No. I woke up and I saw and they were interviewing. It was like 40, 12, and 10, I think he had.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Yeah. A 40-point triple. And I'm sitting there furious at myself. And I was like, oh man, like this is a bad look for me. I was like, I might as well go to bed now because my whole goal was I was going to go to bed after the game ended.
Right.
Now that I missed the whole game, I should just go to bed. And the whole time, I laid in bed for like a good half hour before I fell asleep, disgusted with myself that I missed this game. So I deserve all the. I'm
not going to shame you for that. Things happen, you know.
It's I need to be better.
It's going to be okay.
Okay, here we go. I'm pulling the menu up now. Pulling the menu up now. All right, loading it up. The thing is, I pulled it up on my laptop, and I gotta. In order for me to show it to you on my screen, I have to pull it up on my desktop. So it's taking me a second to get everything loaded over here. All right, so let's dive into this right now. Let me do this little thing called the screen share real quick.
All right.
Where it's share screen, accept share screen. Yeah. Oh, pub menu. All right. Let's share this. All right, and then let me make sure I get the right overlay in here for this because we want it to look clean. There we go. Okay, so this looks like the official menu to you, correct?
Yeah, this does not look like a great menu. I got my menu's better than your menu. After this, you need to put my menu up here. This looks like it was typed up by an 8th grader.
So
did you type this up yourself?
I did not.
This does not look like a. This does not. Go back up. Wait, let's see that horrible logo on here. Who did this?
Big Heads did. It's not like we're not.
No, this is a Fugaz menu.
This is the Richboro one. You're look at your menu you gave me.
It's pretty. It's a nice menu.
Pretty small. It's pretty useless. It looks like I made this in Canva while I was half awake last night.
No, this what this looks like right here. This menu looks terrible. Look at the lettering underneath the black line. I can't even read it. So it's not legible.
So here it is. We got pub tenders, loaded pub tenders and tots, nachos, blackened tender bites, cheesesteak egg roll, buffalo chicken egg rolls, pub wings, wingdings, guacamole toast.
Gross.
Yeah, I'm so far out. Especially
pot stickers. Love a good pot sticker.
Yeah, that's something we missed.
Pot stickers are strong.
Yeah, underrated.
Fried pickles, strong.
No. Well, here's the thing. I'm not the biggest pickle fan.
You're weird.
I'm not against the fried pickle. It's just
fried pickles are strong.
Buffalo shrimp, mini burgers, onion ring tower, mozzarella sticks,
chicken here.
Dip trio, chips, hand cut fries, tots, hot fries, pub cheese. Come on now. No pot stickers. Now I'm looking at the thing that you sent me, and don't get me wrong, I'm about to send this right now. Give me a second. I'll get this loaded up there. But this is the Willow Grove menu.
Yeah, and you see it right there in bold lettering.
See, here's also the difference is that I think you're misconstruing. Her pot stickers are not fried and breaded; they're baked. So it's different from that like little like soggy wedge that you get at the bar. Significantly better. Trust me, it was a hit yesterday.
Whose pot stickers?
Sarah's pot stickers. She made them.
Grace pot stickers?
I'm sorry, not pot stickers. I'm sorry.
Say what?
No. Sorry.
Oh, jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. The poppers. Sorry,
okay.
I meant to say the poppers. Misspoke there. Her pot stickers are.
You got pot stickers. You're gonna get pot stickers after the show. You got pot stickers on the brain.
Guess where I'm going after the show? Not Big Heads, but we'll be getting pot stickers.
Yeah, I'll never be in this establishment again.
What? Big Heads?
If I walked into Big Heads, I'd probably start throwing up all over the place right now.
If I went into Big Heads, I would immediately need to go and I would immediately need a shower.
You can't not go into Big Heads and not do a Jaeger bomb. It's mandatory.
See, the thing is, you're one of the few people that I can talk to about Jaeger bombs that you feel the same way that I do. They're great.
Yeah. Not now.
If not now,
10 to 15 years ago, I would put away some Jaeger bombs.
Oh, if not now, when?
Now, have you ever done the cherry bomb?
I'm not the biggest fan of cherries.
What about the palm bomb?
Never heard of that.
Pomegranate.
Again, I'm not the biggest fan of pomegranate. I would try these all.
It's all delicious.
Nah.
Cherry bomb is clutch. Underrated item.
All right, so I have your nonsense here.
Yeah, it says clear as day. The poppers are present.
I mean, on the one that you sent me, yes. However, here's the thing: is I don't declare what you sent me the official, because this is.
So let me ask you this: what is Sarah's poppers? What she does? She does the cream cheese,
and
the breading.
She does no breading on it.
What?
Yeah. So
what holds it all together?
What's that?
What holds it all together?
So what she does is she takes the jalapeno, slices it long ways in half, so it's like a boat.
Okay.
Stuffs that with a cream cheese, cheddar cheese, bacon bit filling.
Okay, well, this is not a jalapeno popper.
Yes, it is.
It sounds delicious, but it's not a jalapeno popper.
And then she bakes them in the oven so they become all gooey and deliciousness. And then they come out, and I eat them like a fat kid.
Not a popper.
Very much a popper.
I'm calling this qualification, not a popper.
I will have a picture.
It's a jalapeno boat. She's making jalapeno boats. That's okay. It's not a popper.
Okay.
Give me a picture of a jalapeno popper. Pull that up here after they pull this menu.
All right. Well, I have the menu right here.
I want to see. I want you to type in a jalapeno popper, put the image up, and put it on the screen for the people to see. I guarantee you, a jalapeno boat does not surface.
Oh,
it sounds delicious.
No,
By the way,
the very first picture pops up with it.
The jalapeno boats?
Yes. Yes.
Stop it.
Fact.
I don't believe it.
Well, first off, let's dive into your subpar menu here. So,
okay. First of all, this is kind of tiny. I will concur.
Okay. So, and like you said, this is Big Head Willow Grove, which is arguably the worst of the Big Heads locations.
Arguably?
All right.
I don't feel like an argument. It's definitely the worst.
Worst of all the Big Heads locations.
It looks like a crack house. It looks like a trap house.
Especially now that they knocked down the winter sport behind it.
It's funny. Like, that's the Big Heads I refuse to go in. I've never been inside that place.
Never?
I won't do it. No, never.
Yeah. So they so you know how they banned smoking in the bars?
As they should.
Not that one. Because the owner
of course not.
The owner said he makes more money just off letting the customers smoke in there and just paying the fine than kicking them out.
The one in Warminster, one of the owners allegedly was literally dealing coke out of the Big Heads.
I'm not surprised.
I don't think he still owns it anymore. I think it was like a bust involved, but he was literally dealing coke out of that allegedly.
So here we got the mozzarella sticks, onion rings, chicken tenders, mini tacos. Ooh, we miss broccoli bites. I'm a big fan of broccoli bites.
Never had a broccoli bite.
Really?
Is that breaded?
Yes.
I'll eat anything breaded.
It is. The thing is you want it to be like, you know how sometimes you get like soggy fries and crunchy fries?
Yes.
If your broccoli bites are soggy, you're not going to like them. But if they got a crunch to it, you're going to very much love them.
Yeah, I like what is that? It's like calamari. Like, if I'm doing fried, it needs to be fried calamari. I need a crunch.
Yeah.
It can't be soft.
Poppers is on your list. Cheesesteak egg rolls, quesadilla, small menu. Like I said, I could recreate this menu in Canva in probably about 40 minutes.
Do you know who we need to bring in on this conversation? Devin Caney. She was doing big food talk on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah, I know. The thing is that
I need to get to her about this cheesesteak hoagie foolishness.
Are you familiar with the cheesesteak hoagie?
Familiar? I love the cheesesteak hoagie.
Okay, I couldn't tell because the way that you had worded it, I didn't know if you were offended.
No, I was confused about cheesesteak hoagie slander.
Oh, okay.
Cheesesteak hoagie is an elite item. What's not to like about a cheesesteak hoagie?
Oh, I'm with you. I like it. I mean,
it's delicious.
I like a cheesesteak hoagie. I just like the way that you had worded it.
You know what's awesome too? A cheeseburger hoagie is elite also.
Ooh, steak and hoagies, they're cheeseburgers. People hype those cheeseburgers up.
Yo, the one in Warminster, because like the thing about steak and hoagie that a lot of people don't know either, because a lot of people don't get them from there, is they give you a double burger as their burger. You get two on one.
Huh? What's this?
That's not a jalapeno popper.
All three things. That's what it is. The jalapeno popper. Here, let's go over to images. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
These are boats. Here's the one all the way to the right. That's a popper. That's a popper right there. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the right. Going to your right.
You're arbitrarily picking the sixth one down, ignoring the top four.
I'm ignoring that because that's the boat. It's a jalapeno boat.
Clearly that they're agreeing with me.
There's a popper too over here. I see a popper right there. That's a popper.
So here we'll do.
Listen. If the first one, I'm in. Second one, third one, I'll definitely give those a try. The one as we get to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, starting at 5. I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want that either. But
that's the jalapeno poppers I know of.
Well,
that's what Big Heads is serving.
Well, I'm not getting them at Big Heads.
Okay. Well, you should have specified.
Oh, I specified. They are right here, and they are delicious.
All right. Okay. All right, let's move on because we need to get into news and notes around the league. Some interesting things are happening.
I will have a picture on Wednesday of said poppers.
Okay. I do want to see a picture of that. It sounds really good.
She made a tray of 20 of them, and last time I checked, I think I only had like 3 or 4 left. That's how busy I got.
So this is
shout out to the cheesesteak stromboli.
That's a good item.
No, listen, I
love strombolis. I don't like traditional strombolis, but give me a buffalo chicken, give me a cheesesteak
with the fried onions. Yes, it was.
That's good.
I would have a picture of that for Wednesday as well if I didn't know that I finished it.
See, I'm calzone over stromboli. Traditional.
Speaking of
I'm a calzone man.
Have you ever been a DP Dell? It's a calzone place. Oh, I first discovered them at Penn State. There's one, I believe there's one in University City. Well, once it warms up, because we're both anti-cold weather, once it warms up, we're going to have a Brad and Memory field trip to DP Dell.
In. I love a good calzone. So Chris Mortensen has been busy.
Let's get back on track. That was
Chris Mortensen's been busy saying a lot of things,
man.
This story is weird. So we're gonna start with this: the Kyler Murray situation in Arizona.
Yes.
And if you have been a fan of the Philadelphia 76ers for the last couple of years, these things may sound familiar to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is from Chris Mortensen's Twitter account. The odd vibe between the Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray is indeed alarming. Murray is described as self-centered, immature, and finger-pointer per sources. Murray is frustrated with the franchise and was embarrassed by playoff loss to Rams and thinks he's being framed as the scapegoat. Where is it headed? Despite the acrimony, the Cardinals expect things to calm down and Murray is their QB. Select veterans hope to reach Murray on how he handles adversity better. Coach Cliff Kingsbury also is self-scouting where he can provide better alternatives for QB. This type of stuff is it's like stuff I struggle with because this is very on par for this generation. It's a very odd way of thinking that things don't go your way, so you just self-destruct. Like, I don't like it's Kyler Murray's a baby. He's what, 23, 24?
I think he's maybe a little older than that, but you're close.
If through the history of a big time athlete, I'm not comparing these guys, but think of a Jordan, think of a Kobe, think of
he's about to be 25.
Think of a quarterback. Think of a Peyton Manning. You look at all big time athletes. Their first couple years in the league, even if they're great at what they do, it's the adversity of getting over the hump. The adversity of getting to that next level. Every prime athlete has gone through this. This reaction.
We have a from Peter King an hour ago.
Oh, Murray?
Oh, Murray.
Okay.
Cardinals want him to have more leadership and basically everything you said about how he acts like a child. But that's what the big push is that the Cardinals front office is pushing him to be more of a leader, and he's pushing back. This is from Peter King 53 minutes ago.
That's the problem, is that these guys are. And what I was going to say is
Albert Breer is echoing the same notion.
You look at guys who've been through the stripes and have gone on to do incredible things. They've all had early adversity in their careers, and I don't get where he's coming from here.
Here it is. A quote from Albert Breer. Kyler Murray is not the early in, late out guy that so many of his quarterback peers are. He is normally just shows up, does what he has to do, and leaves. Does not put in the extra work or the leadership that it takes for a quarterback to be of an NFL team.
You can't have your quarterback doing that. Well, listen. I feel like with him, and this is the danger of drafting him, and when he chose football, it's kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, he knows that at any time he could be like, you know what, I'm going to play baseball. And, he is a guy that could have done either. He chose football. A lot of people were surprised he chose football. And, he's played pretty well consistently. He's had moments. People can say he's too small, all that stuff. But he has had a pretty good career thus far. But this type of stuff, wild.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the camp that I think he's too small.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm not even sure what to say about it.
It'll be interesting to see. Listen, you saw that Mortensen's report that the Cardinals aren't an impression is going to get better. Listen, I can tell you a guy who lived near Philly in the Philly market. This does not get better.
No.
When you hear stuff like this out of your superstars, this is troubling because this is not going to change.
I mean, like, this sounds obviously like we're talking about this is similar to Ben Simmons. Obviously, that's what we're hinting at.
Mm-hmm.
But this sounds more like a Packers-Rodgers issue But Kyler Murray doesn't have the stature to stand like Aaron Rodgers does. Like, this sounds very much like Freddie Mitchell thinking he's TL. Like, remember all the stuff Freddie Mitchell said about McNabb and all that? And I don't think he played again. He didn't play again for the Eagles after he said those things about Rodney Harrison in the Super Bowl, did he?
No. I think that was his last year.
So, I'm not the biggest Kyler Murray fan, and I'm damn sure not an Arizona Cardinals fan. But, like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, I enjoy watching him play. Whenever they're on, I enjoy watching him play. I don't know if I want him to be the quarterback of my squad.
Eagles fans, no. Hold on, let me step. No. In case you didn't hear me the first 2 times, Eagles fans, no.
Yeah, I enjoy Kyler Murray, but like I don't know if I want him to be the guy here. But this is troubling, and like if I'm Arizona, I'm freaked out by this. But
did I make myself clear enough that it's a no?
I believe so.
Okay.
Like I said, Morrison's been busy.
Yes.
So let's move on to the next story.
What's the second one you got for us?
So according to Mortensen, there's a belief, and this, I mean, maybe it's just me, but for me, this was a bombshell.
Oh no, not just for you. I heard a lot of
Okay, I didn't know if I was the only one that was like, what?
No.
I'm going to tell you what I think this is.
Okay.
After I read what we're talking about, there's a belief that the Colts QB Carson Wentz will probably be traded or released before March 19th, per Mort report. That's when $15 million in base salary becomes guaranteed. His future in Indianapolis looks bleak. Now, you look at his actual stats.
Now, hold up. Let me real quick. If you're going to say traded or released, we both know what that means.
Yeah,
released. Because if teams are like, well, why would we trade for him when we can just sign him in 2 days?
Right.
So let's make no mistake. He will be released.
Yeah.
If it happens, say the if this happens, this will not be a trade. He will be released.
You look at his stats.
Yes.
27-7. Not bad. A lot of turnovers.
I want to pull up his stats just so
bad fumbles. Big fumbles and big. Obviously, what happened in Jacksonville. Here's what I think, and listen, I'm just Marcus Bradham. What do I know? But here's what I think. Jim Irsay never liked him.
No.
You can go back to the summer. This was definitely a Frank Reich into the office. Please get him here. I can fix him.
Yes.
Jim Irsay said disparaging things about Carson Wentz almost from day one that he got to Indianapolis. He was very upset with his choice not to get the COVID shots. And really the relationship never grew from there. And he pretty much used every opportunity he could to take a shot at him.
Yes.
If this had worked and they had gotten in the playoffs and they had made a deep run, I think Irsay would have swallowed whatever he feels about Carson Wentz personally and just dealt with it. But I feel like he's using this as an excuse to get rid of a guy he already just doesn't like anyway.
Yes.
I don't know how his teammates feel about him. That's always been a source of confliction in Indianapolis. We know here in Philadelphia how divided the locker room was on him.
There was Carson guys and there were anti-Carson guys.
Yeah. So and the anti-Carson guys were very, very vocal. He has already garnered the reputation of a guy who's not the easiest to get along with, considered to be very self-righteous, does not enjoy criticism. Even going back to the Super Bowl year, there were big time talks about him and DiFilippo getting to it. The difference is DiFilippo and Reich had no problem standing up to him and telling him to shut up and listen. Where after that, guys like Press Taylor, I don't know if I'm gonna put Doug into it, but whoever the offensive minds were, Grohl, whoever the guys were around him, they did not do a good job of corralling that in him.
No.
Where DiFilippo and Reich did, especially DiFilippo, because DiFilippo worked closely with him in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they got a lot of apparently back and forth. Now, fast forward to Irsay. Like I said, he did from the beginning. He never liked him, and I think this was one of those things where, all right, you want him, you got him, you deal with him, whatever. And for Frank Reich, this is tough because this made him look really bad. Because when you make those, now, do I believe Frank Reich's job in jeopardy? No, I don't. But for Frank Reich, this made him look bad because you said you could fix this guy, and he pretty much, for the most part, was the same guy he's been since 2018. Nothing much was different. Just like he can make that great play, but he also kills you with just the dysfunctional, ridiculous things he'll do in the course of a game. You go back to that Buccaneers game, that the play that cost him that game. The way he played in Jacksonville, they really kind of took the ball out of his hands and put it in Jonathan Taylor's hands basically for half the season, especially towards the end. So this still to me is shocking. This is like, because it's, I don't know, for me, I just look at what's happened to him, and like I even titled this when we were talking about this, the rise and fall of Carson Wentz. Even though the rise was very short, there still was a big rise. To a guy who we thought was going to be a top 5 quarterback for 10 years. And now if he gets released, which he probably will, if he gets released here, he's now going to be that guy. He's always going to have a job in the league because he's 6'5", 240. So he'll always be in the league. He'll always have a job. But now you had the Eagles, you pretty much asked out of Philly to get to Indianapolis. You get to Indianapolis, and it doesn't work out to the point where they are done with you after 1 year. They don't even want to deal with you anymore. So now what? Like what now for him?
So let's go off the let's role play this out for a couple of different scenarios, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, your man Acho is on TV real quick. So
Acho.
You got to put out his tweet real quick. It's too good.
Just look at it.
No. Do you want to say it?
Oh,
the Apple one.
Let me pull it up.
All right. So while you're pulling that up, let's just like I said, game this out real quick. So number one, let's say he hits the free agent market. He gets cut. Okay. Where? So he would get cut.
I just pulled it up.
Are you all right? Let's
Emmanuel Ocho yesterday on Eli Apple. And Apple hasn't ruined this many lives since the Garden of Eden. Yo, that is such an all-timer.
He gets a lot of backlash from people recently about his meteoric rise through the media. And let's be honest,
he's an entertaining listen.
And yes, I agree. And let's be honest, he was a subpar football player.
Yeah.
That's gold right there.
Well, you and I are different where like I feel like we understand the fact that like I don't need to agree with someone to realize and understand they're entertaining. Like the job is to entertain.
Yes.
Like Emmanuel Ocho I don't agree with him all the time, but he's entertaining.
Yeah.
Trying to think of Skip Bayless. I never agree with him, but he's entertaining.
Yeah. I watch a lot of Skip. I mean, I have it on I have them on the TV right now, but I never agree with him.
Right.
So like I said, let's just game this out real quick.
Okay.
So say Carson gets cut. He's a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So real quick off the top of my head, the teams that need a quarterback next year are Pittsburgh,
Denver,
Tampa
probably
Bay,
Seattle.
Tampa. Well, let's make the assumption Russ is still there though.
Tampa.
So Tampa, there's 3. Houston.
Yeah, probably.
Houston. I can't see Deshaun playing there.
No.
And I don't think that Davis Mills is the answer.
No.
So are those the 4 teams that you say will probably need the quarterback the most?
Yeah.
So say Carson gets cut. Let's also make the assumption Jimmy G gets cut. They would be the 2 headliners that would lead the quarterback free agency class. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Say you're the GM of Tampa Bay. What are you doing?
Jimmy G.
You're the GM of Denver. What are you doing?
Jimmy G.
You're the GM of Houston.
Carson. Yes. Because you don't like in Houston, you got no shot to do anything. Doesn't matter who you got. So I go Carson there because you take a chance that maybe we can rebuild him and then we have a quarterback, and now we got to do everything else. Like they have, like why not take a shot on him if you're Houston? What else do you have to do? Jimmy G you could possibly win with Jimmy G.
So here's the caveat to Houston though, and maybe the Colts. I mean, I guess I should say the Colts cut him, so they don't care. He's same division,
right?
So I don't know if Houston would do that after seeing him twice this season already. They already know what he's about. Obviously, it could happen. I'm not, how about if you're Pittsburgh's GM?
I guess Jimmy G too, because they were in the playoffs this year with a guy with a statue.
Yes.
So, they have pieces that they can be like, all right, we could be a playoff team if we have a serviceable quarterback. So I go Jimmy G.
Okay, so a couple other scenarios. Would you rather have Carson or Baker Mayfield if you're the Browns?
Ugh. My gosh. Can I have neither? Have neither?
I don't want Baker.
Terrible proposition. I mean, honestly, man, I don't know.
Who would you rather have, Jimmy G?
I mean, I guess Baker Mayfield, because the guy they seem to like him at least. Where Carson, because again, 27-7 isn't terrible.
No, 3,500 yards.
Like that says something. That says something about you as a person, that they want to get you out of there. And you were 27-7, 3,500 yards. I don't believe this is just about his play on the field. I think people just don't like him.
I agree. How about Tua or Carson?
I mean, Tua, I guess.
How about what are some other suspect scenarios? I think that pretty much maybe.
Yeah, that's all really I can think of.
How about Sam Darnold or Carson in Carolina?
Ooh.
How about how about a new Saints coach? Would you rather have Jameis Winston or Carson Wentz?
But I guess again, it just comes down to the likability factor. If you have a guy that's going to come through and be mediocre and torpedo your locker room, no, I don't want you here. And that's really what you're dealing with him, is he just seems to be someone. It'll be interesting to see, because here's the deal: you got when you're going to make a decision like this, and you're going to cut your starting quarterback, you got to go to the leaders in the locker room and say, "Hey, we're thinking about doing this. What do you think?" They went to Jonathan Taylor. They had to. They had to go to T.Y. Hilton. They've had to go to some of the leaders in the clubhouse on both sides of the ball. So people have to be on board for this to work, or it's going to cause an anarchy.
So it's just crazy that a 28-year-old quarterback, I don't want to say that he's canceled yet, because like you said, he's 6'5", 240, can throw the ball the whole field.
Mm-hmm.
He will always, for at least for the next 3 to 5 years, a team will give him a chance.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's going to work out, but until his early 30s, if he doesn't stick, he will be able to bounce around for the next few years because he has the physical skill set necessary.
Mm-hmm. But the problem is though, if he doesn't get this attitude right, because you really, again, 27-7, 3,500 yards, you shouldn't be getting cut over that. He does need to clean up those sloppy turnovers and ridiculous errors he makes, but that's not a terrible year. He didn't have a terrible year for them. I don't know. Not our problem.
Yeah, not our problem. It's just crazy to watch the decline.
It is. It's still when I read that, it's still that's why I didn't know I was the only one that was shocked by this. When I read it, I was like, this is just still so weird. This whole situation is just
the entire Carson saga is fascinating.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'd watch it, but a 30 for 30 on this would be quite interesting, in my opinion.
Yes, I completely agree.
Like I said, I don't know if I would necessarily watch it, but I would definitely talk about it.
Yes, but I want to shift gears because we're running out of time.
Sure.
I want to talk about
going to the hardwood.
We're going to the hardwood.
Okay.
But this is something I wanted to bring up. I saw this on Instagram before we go to the hardwood. This is funny. We're talking about menus. I think this is a genius. I don't know what restaurant was from, but this is genius. Okay. So they have the menu is, all their items: coleslaw, corn, fried pickles, French fries, onion rings, mashed potatoes, green beans, fried squash. But they have the "my girlfriend is not hungry" item, where
I saw this
for
floating around.
$4.25 you add extra French fries to your entree and fried chicken wings, 2 of them, or fried cheese sticks, 3. That's genius. I love it.
It is Mama D's.
Because everyone's been there, where you got the girl with you. Amber does it to me all the time. Still to this day, I'll ask, "Yo, you hungry?" And then no. Then your food comes out. You make something. Oh, that looks good. Oh, I didn't know you were gonna make that. Oh, you might have a bite of that.
Yeah, it's
like, bro, come on.
Yeah, it's called Mama D's.
Okay.
It's in Little Rock.
Yeah, I love everyone should adopt that. Everyone should adopt that. But all right, so now let's move to the hardwood because we didn't get a chance. We were so excited.
Permanently closed.
Oh, come on, Mama D. We need to get Mama D's back open. Mama D's knows what's up.
Permanently closed. Oh man, it looks like it was a COVID casualty.
Oh, that makes me sad.
It's actually one of your. It's your kind of place, Marcus. It's a diner.
Love a good diner. So, there is nothing better than a night out ending at a diner. Lancers, that's how you know you've had a good night out.
Shout out Lancers.
When you're outside and you end up in a diner at the end of the night, you know it was a good night.
What's up with all the diners in like the Bucks County, Montgomery County area no longer being 24 hours?
It's COVID. COVID's changed so many stuff, and
like Lancers no longer 24. What was it? Eagle Diner no longer 24.
3 a.m. pancakes hit different.
What was the other one? Warminster West.
Warminster West.
Yeah, no longer 24.
And then the Red Lion. Well, that's not there anymore. Is that there still there?
No, the Red Lion is now Wild Fork.
Wild Fork, right?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
But none of them are no longer 24 hours. What's up with that?
I don't like that either.
So
let's go to the hardwood. So we were so excited Friday of James Edward Harden Jr. joining the team.
I'm doing the Harden challenge. I'm not shaving until the playoffs are done.
I'm with you. I'm doing the same thing.
Yours are going to be much longer. You're starting out with
yeah. I'm going to keep it going to the playoffs. Well, I get to the point now. It's not going to grow much more than this. It'll just be this.
Really? It doesn't continue?
It doesn't. No, I can't like this. Listen, it took me to this point to get this. Like facial hair has never been my strong suit. So I'm happy with
really?
that.
It's a strong beard.
I know it's pretty good now, but it wasn't in my 30s. It was starting to come around. My 20s, literally had leprosy when I tried to grow a beard. It was horrible. Just patches everywhere. It was bad.
Von Miller's haircut.
Yeah, basically. All right, so the Kings got Deontay DiVincenzo from the Bucks, Ray Lyles and Josh Jackson. Bucks get Serge Ibaka, which to me was a great move because it takes it. They should have never let PJ Tucker go, especially the Miami Heat. But PJ Tucker was a very underrated piece to what they did last year. I think they missed that aspect, and Serge Ibaka gives them that back. The guy that can hit the corner 3, really good, a good defender, and one of those guys you need on a championship roster. And letting PJ Tucker go to Miami was egregious because he fits perfectly down there. So that's not good. Okay, so Serge Ibaka goes to the Bucks, 2 future second-round picks, cash. Clippers got Rodney Hood. Pistons go Marvin Bagley Jr. So that was one of the other big trades. This is what I love.
I'm not a Marvin Bagley guy, so
yeah, I love this trade for the Mavericks. The Wizards dealt Davies Bertans and Kristaps Porzingis.
Yes.
They go Wizards. They swapped. Bertans goes to the Mavericks. Kristaps goes to the Wizards, who wasn't a great fit with Luka. Spencer Dinwiddie also goes to the Mavs, which is a great trade. I think Dinwiddie helps in the idea of another guy that can break down defenses to help out Luka. And Davies Bertans playing next to Luka is just terrifying because he's a guy that can get real hot and spot up and shoot jump shots. And I never understood them. Like, listen, I'm thankful for Daryl Morey for this. I never understood why the Mavericks traded Seth Curry. That never made sense to me, especially for Josh Richardson. And obviously, you saw that didn't work. And they've been kind of looking for that piece ever since. So Davis Bertans fills that role for them.
I love Bertans too.
Me too. So that was a good deal. Other deals around the league: Goran Dragic is traded from the Spurs. Bol gets acquired by the Magic and PJ Dozier from the Celtics. Spurs trade Derek White to the Celtics, Josh Richardson plus picks. Suns acquire Torrey Craig from the Pacers. Hornets acquire Montrezl Harrell from the Wizards. Nice trade for them for their playoff push. I think that was definitely a good move for them. So a lot of deals around the NBA really helping out a lot of different teams. Now I want to focus on what's next for the Sixers, because now you got your big piece, got your big fish, but now you need to hit the buyout market.
Yes.
So these are names on the market. You got Blake Griffin potentially.
Nah.
Dennis Schroeder, John Wall, Tristan Thompson, DeAndre Jordan, Kent Bazemore, Robin Lopez, Gary Harris, Paul Millsap, maybe. I don't know what the Sixers are going to do with him.
Don't we already have Paul Millsap?
Buy him out.
Don't we already have Paul Millsap?
Yes, but they seem to think he might get bought. He might be bought out.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. We don't know what they're going to do with him. Eric Bledsoe, Jeremy Lamb, Goran Dragic, and Thomas Satoransky. Now, originally, I really wanted Goran Dragic. I really did, as a backup point guard guy. He's already getting a lot of interest with the Lakers, Clippers, Bucks, Bulls, Nets, and Warriors. I think if he's smart, he stays the hell away from the Lakers and the Clippers. If I was him, I'd be looking at the Bulls, Bucks, and Warriors. I wouldn't touch the Nets either. That's what I would do if I was him, but I don't know, whatever. We'll see. Here's a guy that I feel like the Sixers should really be in on. Tristan Thompson.
Okay.
That's the guy for me that I think for them fits a lot of different needs. I think he's a nice backup for Embiid. And if you remember back to those LeBron James Cavs team, Tristan Thompson played really well for them. He's an excellent rebounder, pretty good defender, big time energy guy in those type of environments. He's already played in the NBA Finals lights, so you don't have to worry about that. I think he's perfect as a guy to back up Embiid if he gets bought out. I'm not touching DeAndre Jordan. I think he's done. Robin Lopez, maybe. If I can't get Tristan Thompson, okay. I don't want to, but all right. But Tristan Thompson to me is the guy Sixers go for. But this was awesome about this buyout market. It's been something the Sixers haven't really been able to capitalize fully on. They've never really been in a position to be like the team that people want to go to. Wesley Matthews was a guy a couple years ago that we really wanted. We didn't get him because he didn't want to come here. There's been guys in the past 5 years, because the Sixers have not been the damn soul of the ball, if you will. But now, with Harden being done, and you've seen this team has a legitimate shot to get to the NBA Finals, if you're a Tristan Thompson, courted the right way, you might choose to come here. So he's a guy I really would look at. I would love to get Thompson and Dragic, but I think that might be being greedy. I still would like to see them get a backup point guard, because I like the idea of Shake off the bench as a 2, not as a 1. But here's another cool thing about bringing in Harden, who we all anticipate will debut tomorrow night, by the way. I like the idea of now I have Harden, Embiid, and Maxey. One of these guys should be on the court with the bench. We shouldn't be seeing all bench lineups anymore. There's no need for it. We should have one of these guys on the floor at all time. So I guess what you could do is when the bench is in, you leave Maxey out there to run the point when Harden's off, and you stagger Harden and Maxey and let Maxey run the offense when Harden's not there. I guess you could do that. That'll fill the void of your backup point guard situation. If you're not going to do that, then Goran Dragic would be a perfect guy to bring in here. I love the Dragon. Always have loved the Dragon. He's a perfect fit. And I don't know about you, but those two guys really on this list are the only guys I want. Dennis Schroeder, for some reason, the Celtics got really hot, and they still said get out. He's a guy that seems to be everywhere he goes, no one likes him. So you don't want to bring that in here. Blake Griffin, I don't know what they're going to do with him, but you don't need something like that. Like I said, DeAndre Jordan, I think he's done. Kent Bazemore is not really a need for them, I don't feel. Robin Lopez, I'd rather have Tristan Thompson. Gary Harris, no. Eric Bledsoe, he's another backup option that you may be able to get even cheaper. than Dragic, and one that no one might pay attention to. But I don't know if he's going to be okay coming off the bench. Well, I guess he will. Yeah, I guess that'll work.
Let me give you a name that I haven't heard you say.
Okay.
Enes Freedom.
No.
No?
No. He cannot play any defense at all. He's a turnstile.
What you need is a board guy. You need someone.
He's a board guy, but like I don't like I worry about him. And doesn't he have issues with it? Doesn't him and Embiid have some sort of issues, like real issues? Was that him? No, I know he has issues with LeBron.
I don't believe so.
Maybe I made that up. I thought they had something.
I thought he hated the original COVID guy from Utah. Can't remember his name.
Oh, Rudy Gobert?
Yes. I thought it was Ennis and Rudy.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I know he has issues with LeBron. They have issues, but maybe I'm wrong on that. But I would rather not with him. Like I hear your point. He does rebound well. Especially he's actually a really good offensive rebounder. But I want more of a presence when Embiid's on the floor. And he's
real quick. Apparently, according to this article from 2019, Ennis and Embiid actually work out together in the off seasons.
Oh, okay.
And Ennis said that following the Raptors series, they were working out, and he told Embiid just to block everything out, ignore the criticisms, and keep going. He's one of the best big men in the league. So obviously they have some kind of.
Well, then, yeah, I'm completely wrong on that. That's okay. But yeah, he's not, like I said, I want someone more of a presence. That's why I'm really lusty after Tristan Thompson, because I think he's a perfect fit for what you need. Like he's a no nonsense guy on the court, big energy guy, and he's a good rebounder also, and he's a good defender. So especially when motivated, like Tristan Thompson's a guy who plays better when the stakes are higher.
I mean, judging by the what we're both talking about, we both want more than anything else the backup big man.
Yeah, because listen, Paul Reed gave good minutes.
Yeah,
the last two nights, but I don't want to depend on Paul. The stakes are too high now. They're too high. I don't want to depend on Paul Reed in the playoffs. So you got to bring in someone, a guy that's really going to be able to handle the job. And Tristan Thompson fits the resume. He's been there before. It's a perfect fit. And
Drummond was great protection for Embiid. Drummond was great. And that's what, like, you shorten the bench in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But Embiid can't play 48 minutes.
Correct.
So you need to address that.
So here's, I teased this earlier, so let's get into it.
Okay.
I don't know about you, but I would not be mad if number 17 decided to come back and play for a couple months.
I'm not agree with that at all.
I think that would be the icing on the cake.
Yes.
I think he fits, because then he's a guy, him and Embiid in that two-man game, that dribble handoff game, Embiid has said it himself, he hoped to develop a relationship with Seth Curry the way he had with JJ Redick. And listen, Redick can get out of bed and hit 3 threes in a game.
Oh,
so and Redick keeps himself in great shape. I think Redick retired more because he was unhappy. He never wanted to leave here.
No,
I think he was more unhappy about where his place was in the league. He didn't want to really be in Dallas. He was too far away from his family. I think you might be able, and he has a great relationship to this day with Embiid. They're very close. I think you might be able to convince him to do it. And so now you have this bench with Redick, Milton, who am I missing? Niang, and then a big. You're good to go. And now I have to look at Korkmaz. We're good to go.
Yeah, no, I'm looking here. So his last year was with the Mavericks. Before that, New Orleans.
Yeah, which he didn't want to do either one of those things.
No.
He really wanted the Sixers to keep him here. That was a management decision to let him go. He said that in his podcast that he wanted to come back here, but he knew in the exit interview they weren't going to offer him a new deal. And I get it at the time where they were, because they knew they needed to get better defensively. Because at the time, remember, he was a starter. Yeah. So he was a liability defensively as a starter. Like I always said about him, when he's not hitting threes, he's useless.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure that what's JJ? Let me see real quick how big this man is. He is 6'3". He's nearly a foot taller than I am, and that man could not guard me.
Right. The thing is about Redick though, you give him a nice 15 to 18-minute role. Go out there, run off screens, hit some threes. Bro, I say it's a no-brainer. I love the idea. I hope I'm not the only one thinking this.
Oh, no. Have you seen it all over the Bluebird app?
No.
Oh, yeah. People have been blowing him at JJ Redick. When you coming out of retirement? At J, this is.
I mean, that would be. I mean, like I said, that would be awesome. I think it would be a nice fit. He's a guy that is beloved. He's a killer. He brings another killer in your locker room. He's been in big time playoff series before,
and he's the original free agent that said yes to come here.
Yes. So yeah, it'll be yeah. He was our Jim Thome.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be nice. It really would be nice to have him be a part of this. It would be nice. So like we'll see. Listen, man,
I support it.
Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. Tomorrow night we get to sit down and enjoy the debut of the Beard. The place when I would talk about the pre-show when he runs full speed and jumps into the basket support, the place is going to erupt. It's going to be an incredible atmosphere down tomorrow night. You got the white hot Boston Celtics coming to town, who've played themselves into I believe the 6th seed. I believe they're right behind the Sixers, so they would love nothing more than to spoil Harden's debut. Yeah, they're in the 6th seed right now. They are 2 games behind the Sixers. Sixers right now in the 5 seed. They're 2.5 out of the first. In front of them, you got the Bulls, Cavs, and the Bucks. Saw the Cavaliers on Saturday. They are a typical, really good, but young team. Do not fear them at all come playoff time. I think Sixers could handle them as they did Saturday night. They did that without Harden. And it did it on a back-to-back also.
Yes.
So I'm really you can't help but be excited, man. You really can't help but be excited about this next couple months. This should be set up to be a really fun spring. And it's setting up nicely for the Sixers to do some damage. Like I said, I want to say this one more time before we get out of here. Be patient. This is gonna take a little time for them to figure it out. James Harden is a very unique basketball player. He has a very distinct, unique style. A style I think, like we talked about, fits nicely with Embiid, but it's going to take time for them to figure it out. Okay?
Now, will you be disappointed if Harden doesn't play tomorrow?
Yeah, of course. I'll be disappointed. I want to see him for the All-Star break. But all signs are pointing to yes. Nothing's been officially announced yet, but all signs are pointing to yes.
Shout out to him for deciding to take a private plane from New York to Philly.
yeah. How about, yeah. I was like,
oh man, that was great.
I was like, wait, he didn't go on the road trip. What is this? It was like a 15-minute flight. If that.
JJ Redick's like, yo, can I do that?
Yeah, it was like 20-minute flight. Well, I'm sure Daryl Morey sent the flight over to go get him.
Oh, he definitely did, but it's a 90-minute drive.
It's wild. It's a wild move, but listen, man. When you're the Beard, you do Beard things, I guess.
Have you seen the billboards around the city yet?
Yes, I have. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's exciting. It's exciting stuff. I didn't know it was gonna get done, but I'm happy it did, and it's setting up for a nice spring.
I said leading up to the Tampa Bay Eagles game, which I probably made a mistake saying this, but I was like, "Bring me your goat."
Mm-hmm.
You know what it now is? Bring me your beard.
Yes, bring me your beard. It's gonna be fun tomorrow. It's gonna be fun.
Wait till we see all the promos where like they put the fake beards at like everybody's seats and everything.
Yep.
Oh,
so you got the Celtics on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Bucks on Thursday.
All-Star
and
break.
I believe that's it.
Yes.
Right, and then All-Star break. So
because the All-Star game's a week from yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now, how many James Hardens are we going to see? Kids dressed up for his Halloween next year.
Oh, all over the place. I will say this: I'm not in love with number 1.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm surprised he picked that. I would have saw like a 12. Well, Toby wears 12. I would have saw like a 31. 11.
Yeah, I thought 11.
I don't like Harden with the 1 digit.
Yeah, I thought 11. I thought maybe he'd go 0.
Okay, yeah.
Do that. They can go 0. Obviously 12's Toby, 14 is Danny Green.
31 would worked.
You know what would have been great? 25.
How about Ben switches his number? Ben 10.
New
Yo, you know what's funny? They're saying all the same stuff.
I know. Steve
Nash. Oh, I'm not worried about a shooting. It's
treasure him.
Okay, Steve.
He's a treasure.
Okay, Steve. When you're on an unemployment line largely because of him, let's see if we have that same energy. Believe me, when this goes south, which it will this season, you will be fired.
You know what nobody's ever said? The Philadelphia market's too hard on me. Let me go to New York.
Right. Yeah, so that'll be fun to see first of all when he debuts up there, and what happens there. But obviously Philly, we're really excited. And on Wednesday, hopefully we'll be talking and recapping the debut of one James Edward Harden Jr.
Dubs, nothing.
And hopefully recapping a big dub.
Nothing but dubs, my friend. That's what we're about on this show. That's what we're all about. We getting dubs. You get a dub. You get a dub. You get a dub. You get a dub.
Dubs everywhere.
Dubs. And we're not talking about the Warriors.
No, that's absolutely not.
So
Mark everywhere.
Real quick. I got to bring up something from the living room.
What? Okay.
So we all know about the living room and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think his favorite player all time is?
Will Chamberlain.
Yes. He had something to say over the weekend.
To me?
No, not to you.
Okay.
General.
Okay.
That, and because it's coming from him, obviously it has some more credence than if it was coming from someone else.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be surprised if Embiid passes Wilt. And coming from the living room.
Well, the idea that
obviously, I know what I think. I know what you think, but
but think about this. Think about this for a second. The idea that he's putting up Wilt Chamberlain numbers in 2022,
crazy,
like a 40-point triple double in 2022.
So, did you hear the stat about the only 40-point triple doubles in under 34 minutes in NBA history? Did you hear the stat?
No.
So he did it against the Cavaliers on Saturday. 40, 12, and 10, I believe it had in 33 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That has only ever happened one other time in NBA history. Do you know who did it? Now, think about it like this. Obviously, this is an interesting trivia question for a reason. Okay. Who do you think is the only other person that did this?
Under 34 minutes?
Under 34 minutes, a 40-point triple-double.
Mike.
Nope. They're now teammates.
James Edward Harden.
2019, I believe it was. He did it.
Wow. Well, that man had a 60-point triple-double. Like, that's silly. That's absolutely silly. A 60-point triple-double. Silly.
Like, how does that even
How do you score 60 points and create 10-plus assists? How do you do that?
I don't know, but I'm seeing real quick on the TV a very odd commercial.
Okay.
To visit Florida. I think specifically visit Fort Lauderdale.
Mm-hmm.
The women on the boat are all topless, and it's censored.
It's on television?
Yeah, it's right. I'm watching Skip and Shannon right now, and it's a commercial during Skip and Shannon.
All right. There you have it.
Florida man, right?
Florida man.
Florida man. All right.
Got nothing else.
No, man, me neither. I'm ready to get busy I'm ready to watch the game tomorrow and get back in here on Wednesday.
Yes. At Marques Between everywhere.
At Justin Emery Show on the Bluebird app.
Brad and Emery Pod everywhere. BradMemoryShow.com for the merch. Use the code BREMY, 10% off beef jerky outlet in Langhorne.
Use promo code BREMY10 for 10% off your first in-app order at District Taco.
And until next time, you can be with us, you can be against us, but you're never going to stop us. Late.